Fuck headphones. I don't need them. I'm not listening to anything. Fuck. Off our great content creator today. Oh, it's just a mix of things. I just... Oh boy, and the frames be dropping, people. Oh, I wanna fucking die. How are you doing this fine Tuesday? I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed. I am so fucking annoyed. By the way, the video for Hi-Fi Rush is coming along smoothly. I'm getting all the gameplay footage recorded. The reason why I haven't been streaming it is because since I've been recording it as gameplay footage, I don't want to get burnt out on this game. I want to play it through to the end, review it, and then play it on stream for everybody. I want to do that. Besides the point! We live in a day and age where being fucking a dumb fuck rewards you. In that we are seeing future generations lose out on education, lose out on opportunities, and lose out on, being good fucking decent people because hateful, rich little fuckwits continue to fuck with our education systems and continue to live in realms of non-reality. I fucking hate that my internet is shit. Hi. Can I help you? If you're coming in, you're coming in. Nope. You don't get my throne. That's my throne. You get your own throne. Silly baby. Silly. Silly baby. I just... Two 15-year-olds murder a fellow student because they're trans. And it probably will not be dubbed a hate crime because of how the conservative government over in Britain is so fucking backwards and nonsensical. Down, if you didn't want to stay, you ha! Where off all day and ruin any company he touches by tweeting. Who now owns Twitter. He owns 4 companies. What is he doing that is so hard? What is he doing? Nothing. We could kill Elon Musk. We could kill him. And guess what the world would have lost? Nothing. Nothing at all. We could throw him off a bridge to his death, drown him in a lake, and the world would have lost nothing. In fact, it would have gained more. One person should not have this much power. He's practically halfly bankrupted himself. It is astounding. And I bring up Elon Musk specifically, because of his stupid fucking Hyperloop, and how millions of Californians, Americans, lost out on a railway network that would have made everything substantially easier to do. Cut down on traffic, cut down on carbon emissions, cut down on the amount of accidents that happen, cut down on all the infrastructure being wasted on fucking roads needing to be built. Oh, that get broken every fucking year because they're so cheaply produced, because these billionaires continue to fucking lobby all the governments around the world to not have these safety regulations, to not have these expensive things to keep things, maintained. So that way we aren't having accidents. So that way we aren't having to replace our tires every fucking hour. It's a fucking scheme, dude. The tire companies are in bed with the road companies. You know what a monorail system would have done? Would have interconnected the city more. Would have made trips around any city a lot more manageable. That you could get from one side of the city to the other in 5 minutes. All you have to do is wait 5 minutes for the train to get there. You board the fucking train, and then you go. There's no huss, there's no fuss, there is no problem. You just have to sit with your fellow man. But no. One dumbass who said I can build a fancy fucking tunnel for billions of dollars gets the fucking funding. And you want to know what happened? Guess what happened? Traffic jam. But Teslas. Oh, and there was a car accident. Cars going 40 miles an hour. In a goddamn tunnel. Because Teslas are such fucking garbage. The paramedics couldn't even fit the goddamn fucking ambulance through it. Because it wasn't built for them. The man walked in to a government meeting and sold them shit. He sold you fuckers shit. And all these conservative dumbasses, all these people that vote conservative say, well, I don't want to lose my freedom. Freedom for what? Freedom for what? To have a lift kit because your stick is so fucking small? I need a magnifying glass to see it. Not even a magnifying glass. Fucking microscope to look at it. Your lift kit truck does not make you more free than the rest of us. In fact, you are less free by having a car. Think about what you have to put into a car. Think about it for 5 seconds. 5 seconds. What you start thinking about for 5 seconds, you realize you have to get insurance, you have to get a license, you have to waste your time filling it up with gas. You are a slave to your car, to your truck. I get it. I get wanting to have a fast vehicle. I do get it. I like racing games. I like going the fast. But think about it for just a minute. You have slaved yourself to a car! 4 wheels! And a steering wheel! When we could have had none of this! We are killing our ozone layer, killing the environment. We now have no clean water source. We are all drinking microplastics now. By the time I am dead, you can pull out a string of fucking plastic from me. Are you kidding me? What is this world? This is joke world. This is the world that we all watched on TV. That's like, this is the bad shit. This is terrible. And we're all fucking living it. You see this? Ass fucking backwards. Paper straw. Holy shit. I'm angry, Hadrian. I'm angry. Hi, Neko. I'm pissed. I'm pissed that our world is shit. And that we, like, conservatives are arguing that, like, you lose freedom by having a monorail system, by everything being within walking distance. How do I lose freedom? Do you know where I live? I live in the suburbs. Walking is an hour to the nearest grocery store that has shit that I can buy. If it's not already owned by the one guy who owns 3 grocery stores in all of Canada. My friend who wants to buy a mirror can't because she lives in the suburbs. She has no transportation. She doesn't have a license because she doesn't have the money to go do that. My friend, who just got into an accident, is not gonna get any money from his fucking car! Or at least enough for him to go buy a new one! And he lives way further out of town! He has no way to get into town now without someone giving him a ride. So much freedom! I see so much! I am seeing a vastness of freedom as I look at the ball and chain that is 4 wheels and a wheel! Even worse, even worse, even worse. I remind you that these people who were sold shit, these conservative and Republican leaders, these far-right fucking dumbasses, these people who I swear to God, we would have more oxygen if they weren't alive because they're such fucking mouth breathers. This world will be better without them. My premier, the premier of Alberta, literally said on her first day that smoking cures most problems. There is only 2 reasons she would say this. She's either dumb as all fuck and she should not be in a position of leadership, or 2, she's fucking insane, knows what she's saying, and wants more people to die. It is illegal to be homeless. If you have one very bad day and lose your home out of everything that isn't your fault, you are a criminal in the eyes of society. Most homeless people just want to be out of the way. They don't want any trouble. But we keep picking fights with them because one jackass who got smoked off his goddamn ass gave a bad picture to the rest of us. Most homeless people don't want to be homeless. Just saying. But here I am, a man who is somewhat educated, has a fiancé who graduated college, who has Hasbro cutting all competitive play, because fuck you, we made $1 billion and we're keeping it. We're going to make our cards cheaper and a less good product because fuck you. We lost our freedom already. I like walking places. I like going outside and talking to people. I don't like the bus system, not because it's the bus system, but because it's so fucking asininely complicated. Because it has so little budget to it that they can't help it. And the people that are assigned to run it make it complicated so that way they can justify taking money away from it. The same people goose-stepping down the street with the guys with the swastikas are the same people making legislation. Wake up! The same people that would burn Harry Potter books back in the day are now championing J.K. Rowling. Get that through your head. Whenever someone fucks up, whenever someone acts like a prick, hi Malachi, hi, sorry, I'm angry, I'm venting. If you are not comfortable with that, please leave. If you are comfortable with watching me lose my shit, please stay. I appreciate you very much. Your viewership is wanted and appreciated. Your show is too woke. It has a black dude in it. Yeah, it's too woke. Why'd you have to add in the black person? There's too much diversity. It is one guy! One dumbass! Oh, well, you can't have lesbians in it. Why not? I thought we were all cool with tits! You can't have gay men. I thought we were all good with manly men. What's wrong with a manly man kissing another manly man? No, it's too woke. Can't do it. Florida alone, best example in all cases for me. A place where academic freedom is gone. A place where your personal freedoms are being restricted by a Christian nationalist who has openly hung out with neo-Nazis and the KKK, who has those same in positions of power. And people voted for him. And now he's going after Disney because Disney has gone off the rails. You had one too many blurry lesbians, Disney. We gotta rein that shit back in. Rein it in. You have people starving on the streets. You have people dying on the streets. You have a rampant terrorism problem. And your concern is Billy and Jimmy kissed. You are the Republican Party, the Conservative Party, the far-right parties in both Canada and America are such fucking jokes. And the left keeps losing to them. I am just so fucking pissed with life. Every time the left tries to organize something, one fucking cunt, and I'm saying it out loud, has to come out and say, oh, we can't do that. And then a whole fire war starts. The right says the N-word. And they all start goose-stepping in lockstep. No arguments here, buddy. It is insane. Hi, K-Bomb. I have not seen groups so disconnected from reality in my entire life. I live it. I live in a world where a man in a less... How do we save money?
One debt to society later.
From the party of life, people! The party who argue that a fetus is a person. Literally argued in the government! But fuck those kids. What about saving money? It was never about the kids. It never was! If it was, they would be taking taxes away from the... They'd be taking away the tax exemption free status from all the churches. You know, the massive amounts of rape that happen in the churches? They'd be taking that away. Nope, but pastor comes out, pastor is found out to be a rapist. Nah, dude, rape those kids. You're a great pastor. Rape those kids. You hate the left. Let's trigger those fucking libs. Oh, my God. Anyone that comes up to me and says they're pro-life and vote Republican, say something about Indonesia. What the fuck do you want me to say about Indonesia? I don't live there. I don't get an opinion. I don't even know how bad Indonesia is. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about where I live. I'm talking about my neighbors. You know, the unstable superpower to my south who has nuclear warheads that can instantly vaporize any country off the face of the fucking earth. I'm more worried about the unstable fuckwits that currently run the fucking government down there. Because an old man who should not be in office because he's old. Old enough that the crypts of the fucking tombs in Egypt look at him and say, come, come, my child, come, come, my child, please, wrap yourself in fucking wrapping, please, you fucking mummy, is too old and is too fucking tired and isn't actually doing anything. To stop the fucking maniacs. We actually have people who believe in torturing kids in power, both in Canada and in America. People who believe that two people of the same sex falling in love is a crime. Because they're so fucking stupid. So fucking pathetic. So fucking disgusting as people that they have to give a shit about what two people do in the privacy of their own room. 2 or 3 more people. No gay man, no lesbian, no trans person is walking up to kids going, hey, you want to be gay? None of them are doing that. But you want to know who is doing that to kids? Pastors. Republicans. God forbid that I can't find a Republican without a fucking rape case against them. Glad you said that, Hadrian. There's actually a Democratic politician, the youngest one voted into office after AOC. Guess what? He actually did a stream with NBT on YouTube where he played Yu-Gi-Oh! And actually taught, and like, motherfucker was playing a train deck. You want to know what this man's policy was? I want better railways. Motherfucker's playing fifth-dimensional chess with us by playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And playing a train deck to push his narrative, to push his legislation on trains. Which, by the way, y'all fucking need. I see you, Ohio. How's those chemical burns going for you? Because your Republican governor is so fucking useless. I swear to God, one of the things that I wanted to do was get into politics. And, like, just so I could yell. Is that being a politician should not be, I just walk in with enough money and I can do it. It should. Canada, the federal Conservative Party believes that Bitcoin is the way to go. You know, that cryptocurrency that goes up a tiny bit and then crashes harder than the fucking any plane I've ever seen in my life. It crashed harder than Sonic 06. And it continues to crash. It crashed harder than Sonic Boom. Wants to make that Canada's currency. My country. What affects where I live. America is our biggest neighbor in Canada. And we have to listen to them a lot of the time. Not because we're the best of friends a lot of the time, which we're supposed to be, but with how the Republicans continue to act, it sounds like more you guys want to run us over. They want to run us over. Because how dare Justin Trudeau and the Liberal Party of Canada, the elected Party of Canada, post legislation that must be voted on? Nah, dude, send in the Abrams, run them over. Where the fuck do you get off? We complain here in Canada about how America conducts. But has enough firepower to sink any nation they want. I have an idea for new political practice. Make the congressmen fight, especially in elections. That way voters can balance candidates' beliefs with their ability to defend them. No. No, better idea. You want to get rid of old blood? Yu-Gi-Oh! Fucking Yu-Gi-Oh! Let's go. Policy must be decided on Yu-Gi-Oh! Must be decided on by Yu-Gi-Oh! We get rid of all the old blood. They don't want to learn how to play Yu-Gi-Oh! That's fine. You don't get to participate. You want to get legislation through? Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel. Duel me. The more people you have that agree with you, less people you have to duel. Term limits. Yes. And a mandatory retirement age. Not a fucking like, hey, like this is like when you should retire. No, you must retire at this age. 65. By the age of 65, for all adults, your brain capacity starts going down. Your cognitive function goes down. Magic the Gathering. I don't care. How about a fucking card game? We gotta rid of all the old fucks. All of them. And guess what? You have to have a little bit more of a little bit bigger brain than what Marjorie Taylor Greene has to play any of those fucking games. Also, lower the voting age down to 16. 16-year-olds get money taken off their paychecks. They should vote. We need term limits and retirement caps, preferably pay caps too. It just seems there's nothing more than despair nowadays. Well, guess what, Shadow? Welcome to life. But instead of dwelling and getting sad about it, how about we actually pay attention to who we're voting for, actually go out and start doing shit, and stop doom and glooming. I'm going out to vote in my next election. Period. I'm not arguing. And then, if the Conservatives win, guess what? I know why they won. Because they gerrymandered the shit out of everything. And then eventually, people will get so fed up, we'll go and eat them. Okay, Pokemon trading card game. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. Charizard was the reason why this legislation was decided. Hear that, my trans people? Your rights were preserved because the power of Charizard saved you. Hunt them for sport. Yeah. Hey guys, Joe Biden is pushing 80. Like, really pushing it. Donald J. Trump is also pushing close to 100. They are almost both a century old, and they are in politics. Ron DeSantis is pushing 60. Also, another thing, religion and politics, gone. Your religion begins and ends at the door of any legislative building. I do not care about your religious rights in a political building. Your religion does not matter. You have the right to practice it at home. You have the right to practice it at church. You do not have the right to use your religion to influence legislation. Period. How about a Bay battle? Even better. Even better. Gay rights. We put that on the table. Absolute gay freedoms for everybody. You can polyamory, asexual, all of it. Legal. Can't discriminate against them. Decided by fucking Beyblade battle. Let's go. Let's fucking go. You lose, you have to vote for it. You win, you don't have to vote for it. It's a good idea. Genius. Fucking genius. Put me in politics. I think no one should be in politics over 45 or 50. If you won't be alive long enough to see the meaningful impacts of laws, bills you pass, you don't get to. There, I capped it off at 65 because you will get enough people rebelling against you that 45 and 50 will not be a good idea until the 65-year-olds are gone. Also, better voting idea. Vote of popularity. Or what's it called? It's the one where, like, you have, like, a first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and then, like, if your guy doesn't win, your vote goes to your fourth one. Like, your next one after that kind of thing. Representational, I can't speak English! Representative voting. I don't think you should be... Shadow. These people do deserve to be paid. Because they have to talk to other nations for us. They have to talk trade agreements. They have to talk all this different stuff and to make sure that we don't get invaded. And that we don't start wars. And that all this different shit happens. As well as communicate with different corporations. They do deserve to be paid. They shouldn't be being paid the money that they're getting. They shouldn't be getting like billions of dollars from corporations to do what they want. No donations during an election. No donations, period, to any politicians. If you live in a country, you have the right to vote in that country. You are sitting your ass down there, you deserve to vote. It is a piece of land that you are sitting on that is being influenced by a bunch of people that you will never get to meet, most likely. Oh. No lobbyists. None. None at all. I'm tired and angry, guys. I'm tired of the fucking old fossil witches that continue to decide the fate of people who they won't even get to know, like, they won't even know about in the next 2 to 3 years. Joe Biden and Donald J. Trump and all those old fucks are so fucking old, they're about to kick the bucket at any minute now. Yes. And I need to point something out to you guys. With current media as well. It was recently just found out that before Elon Musk took over Twitter, that the left was not censoring the right. Twitter was not censoring the right. Not right-wing politicians, not right-wing people. No, that wasn't happening at all. In fact, the opposite was delete this or else. And they do it. They straight up did it. Trump only got kicked off of Twitter not because he was a racist asshat who deserves to be throttled in every single way, shape, and form. But because it's because he wouldn't talk down a mob. It took a mob to get him banned off of fucking Twitter. And not even a mob demanding Twitter do it. The mob that wanted to overthrow democracy because they believed an election was stolen. Even though all investigations and data, even from the guy who was claiming it, its own party and people were saying it wasn't stolen. And had proof that it wasn't. The right is not being censored. They never were. And the fact that so many people believe it is so fucking stupid. My own father believes this fucking garbage. Oh, Facebook is censoring me because I'm saying shit. No, Dad, you posted a racist comment and the community guidelines hit you for that. I got banned off of Twitter for about a few days because I said Elon Musk shouldn't just step down from Twitter, he should step off a cliff. So much for the arbiter of free speech, am I right? My dad says something racist, gets banned, blames everything. I get banned off, but they know it's a lie. You are not being censored, you are being held accountable. I cannot go to the police and say you're censoring me after I murdered somebody. I cannot walk away from the fire when the firemen are asking me what happened because they're censoring me. You are held accountable for your actions. There is a difference. There always has been a difference. You shit on the floor, everyone's going to get mad at you. Because there's shit on the floor. You do not get to complain to us after you shit where you eat. Aiden Ross, Ben Shapiro, all these fucking far-right idiots complain that they're being censored. Aiden Ross was banned off of fucking Twitch because he showed porn, had a stripper on stream, and broke community guidelines multiple times. He is banned forever. And good riddance. Good riddance to him. Andrew Tate is not arrested because the fucking cybernet is after him. He's arrested because he's a sex trafficking monster who rapes and kidnaps people. But his 14-year-old audience doesn't care because they're so uneducated. Because they've fallen into this lie that being a dick gets you everything. No, it doesn't. In fact, it gets you the opposite. It gets you friends like Nick Fuentes, the Nazi, the person who is not liked. So the second that the Nazis come into power, he's last in line for the gas chamber. It's fucking maddening. It's insane. It's psychotic. They're just evil. They're just evil. They offer nothing. They offer no change, no benefit. They want to go back to the age of kings, a romanticized thing that never existed. You know what it was like in the 1800s? You died of dysentery before you got to the battlefield. These men have never seen conflict in their lives, yet they talk about how they're such warriors. Are you fucking kidding me? I fire a gun in your general direction and you've already shat yourself. I have the balls to admit I'm a coward. But I'm a coward with principles. I'm scared to get hurt. I'm scared to die. But if you dare try to lay hands on my fiancée because they're non-binary, by God, you better fucking hope that there's a wall between you and me. I may be scared to hurt somebody, but I will gladly and gleefully paint the walls with your blood and face if you hurt any one of mine because of some arbitrary bullshit reason. And I don't like to fight. It gets us nowhere. Sure, boxing is fun to watch. Boxing is fun. But if you can't argue with words, you just go to fists, you're pathetic. You're a fucking Darwinist. If I dropped you in the sea and told you to swim to the nearest land, even though there's no landmass for kilometers, you're not an alpha. You're a bitch. You always have been. Andrew Tate, Nick Fuentes, Aiden Ross, all these people who claim themselves to be superior in every way, they're not. They're sad, pathetic little fucks, little gremlins who would be better off dead. And this is becoming normalized. This mentality. This mentality of trans people aren't people. What makes them less people than us? What? Explain to me how. Oh, well, they dress up differently and they mutilate their genitals. That is a complete misunderstanding of how transitioning works. Well, they're going after our kids. No, they're not. I can tell you right now that my friends who are trans knew they were trans from, like, when they were 10. Even earlier than that. Kaiser Neko himself admits that he knew he was gay when he was, like, a kid. He knew he liked boys. Then he knew he liked boys. He didn't like girls in that way. He knew he liked boys in that way when he was a kid. You cannot pretend to know how someone else lives and how someone else does stuff. Worst things about these so-called alpha males is that don't know that the dude who coined the term from the wolves. Moral support banner. Thank you so much. Darwinists don't even understand Darwin. Evolution doesn't result in universal superiority, just better adapted to specific environment. These people talk about facts and science. but they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. The fuck are you talking about? It's why they bring on quacks, people who've lost their medical license, and then claim they're a doctor who's been censored by the left. They offer nothing. They don't offer shit. They're all trash who are trying to get a quick buck out of easy schmucks. Andrew Tate went on one of the biggest podcasts of all time and gleefully ripped hundreds of thousands of young men off. Being a cult at that point. A group that denies reality, that doesn't even acknowledge existence, how things work, how science works, how that we have a better understanding than Unga Bunga. Oh, did Twitch die? Twitch died. Shit. I apologize. It's been an absolute nightmare here where I live. I'm pissed. I'm just tired. I'm tired of these young men being told that they're worthless unless they're this. I'm tired of women being scared to go outside. For my trans friends, for just existing. Because some people think they're gross and deserve to die. Because they believe that a person who is trans, who goes through all this shit just to be the opposite sex, just wants to go and fuck their wives in a bathroom. You know what's stopping rapists from going into a bathroom right now? This. A door. You know what stops doors? Nothing. What is stopping a rapist from doing what they want? It's already illegal to rape people. You're just being semantic about it. You're just being a cockhead about it. It's disgusting. It's fucking atrocious. A trans person. Is there people that are rapists that are trans? Yes. But their gender identity is irrelevant. Their skin tone is irrelevant. They did a crime. Everything else is irrelevant. Shit, reconnecting. I like that my door has a lock. I can have privacy in my office when I need it. When you are arguing with your conservative family members, say this. I want you to say this to them. I can look out to your car and say you have very little freedom. Because you always have to fill that car up with gas. You always have to pay its insurance. And the second that you get into an accident, you're fucked. Because you're out of a car for a while. And how will you get to where you need to go? You can ask your friends. But what if they're out of a car? What if you're fucking out? What if you do not have the money to get a car? What if the accident was your fault? That 15-minute walk to the grocery store downtown seems a lot better now, doesn't it? That monorail doesn't seem like a communist thing anymore, does it? Seems like a affordable way to do things and get around, and actually brings back social vibrance and activity, community, culture. instead of hiding in the suburbs because a few black people got rights. I thank you so much for watching. I thank you for coming to my TED Talk. My voice is shot. I will talk to you all tomorrow. Please do not forget to donate. I appreciate you all so much. Thank you all so much for watching. I love you all. Stay safe, friends. I promise tomorrow will be fun.